Are you nervous about buying your first home? Oh, you want to stick around and watch.
This is Kasama Lee, your community realtor.
If you are in the market of buying your first home, there's so many emotions that are just going through your body, right? There's the excitement, the hopes and dreams, the pride that you're gonna be the homeowner. For some of us, we're the first generation that's gonna break the cycle and actually become a homeowner versus renting our whole life, right? So there's so many things that could be going through you. Also, there is nervousness, anxiety, fears, doubts, lots and lots of questions. All of those things are normal. You're allowed to feel all of those emotions. And now take a deep breath with me. Exhale. Don't forget to exhale. You always want to remember to exhale. What you want to know is that while those emotions are overflowing, there is some cure and some answers at the end of this video. So you want to stick around and watch and see how you can get past some of the anxieties or questions that you may have around this. If you find this content valuable, you want to hit subscribe and the bell notification so you don't miss future videos. Thanks for supporting the channel, for sharing, commenting, and liking. The first thing you want to remember is this. You want to focus on what you can control. And let me tell you, in real estate, there are a lot of things and components and moving pieces that you nor I, as a real estate agent, have control over. So it's important for you to recognize what you have control over and focus on that, okay? And first and foremost, it starts with you getting lined up with the trusted experts, and there are two of them. There's your trusted, competent lender and your trusted and competent real estate agent who's going to be fighting and going to bat for you and to make sure that you are exercising your rights during the process of home buying, and understand what your rights are. What you can control is knowing your numbers. You gotta crunch your numbers. See, the way we work is as much as we love all the, clients who have been referred to us, who have entrusted us, we won't get them to see houses until we know of what their purchasing power or what they're approved for to purchase, right? And that's really important. So with that, you want to crunch the numbers, and you know what? It's going to hurt a little bit. If it was comfortable, everybody would be buying homes left and right? But it's not. So you're going to have to look at your budget, and you're going to have to probably carve out some luxury, dispensable spending that you have been doing and trim up and really lean up on your spending habits. So with that, what that means is you should stretch, but should not be too far. For example, if you can't afford to buy gasoline to put in your car, or you can't afford to even buy groceries, the essential stuff. I'm not talking about going out and, fancy coffees and all the things, but just to be able to eat for the month. If you have gone so far that you can't afford the essentials like gasoline and paying utility bills and getting groceries, then you're probably stretched too far. Only you and your significant other, whoever else that are part of this budgeting process, would know that. And you have to sit down, look at the numbers, and talk through it together on what you can make sacrifices on in order to own a home. Now, the second piece is, as you go through the process of escrow, the home buying process, you might wonder, gosh, what kind of repairs are in the home? So let me just be the first one to tell you, if you've not heard this before, there is no perfect home. There isn't a home, not even a brand new home that you buy, that won't have any cosmetic flaws or issues, plumbing, electrical, all the things, okay? So you need to just know that when you go in, and if you are working with your competent, trusted real estate agent, you have your rights to do inspections. If you watch this video that I talked about pre-listing inspection. That's really the conversation for sellers, but I cover the 3 different types of inspection, and you should watch that and really understand that you will discover what is doable, what is not during inspections. Most things are fixable. It's just a matter of are you gonna be able to fix them later on down the road? But know that no sellers are gonna fix everything for you. I've not experienced that, okay? Unless you buy a brand new home and the builder has a warranty on it. So with that, you need to be reasonable, as the seller should be reasonable in what the seller would be willing to repair. That's part of the negotiation. That's part of the process of once you get into escrow, okay? So that's important for you to know. A lot of times inspections will kind of give you a really better understanding of the condition of the home. So I highly encourage that you have inspections done. The third piece that is projected into the future is, yes, a lot of people who buy their home for the first time, they're at a certain point in their career. And most of them are at the earlier part of their career. So here's the thing, your job is probably gonna change. You might end up in a different employment altogether. Once you've owned your home, you may end up getting promoted and your position gets better. And usually when your position and your responsibility gets better, and it's over time, right? Because you've earned, your experience, your income, your salary, what you take home usually increases. It gets better over the years if you are a candidate, a good employee, right? Or if you're a business owner, it doesn't matter. Your income increases. What that means is your mortgage stays the same because it's a 30-year mortgage rate. And if you end up refinancing to a lower rate, your monthly payments would even be better. Well, that should also open up your budget and your lifestyle so that you're not having to start out watching every dollar when you first started getting the keys to your first home. I hope this is helpful because you know what? I know that for me personally, before I became a real estate agent, I didn't know any of this. And it got better and it got easier. And your budget, your mortgage payments and all the things that you do becomes part of your life. And it's not even something you think about. You just make things and other things fit around it. And as I said, when your income gets better, making a mortgage payment is like making a car payment, okay? So I hope this is helpful to you. Any questions, feel free to just email me. Thanks for watching.